Hello everyone, I am Michael Ruger. I am the managing partner of Greenbush Financial Group. The topic we're going to be discussing today is what causes the price of gold to go up or down. So gold has gotten a lot of attention over the last few years. The tremendous run up in the price of gold going up over $5,000 an ounce to more recently, there's been a decent sell off in gold on the back of the Iranian conflict. So it's got a client asking us, what truly impacts the price and where does the price go from here? So we're going to be covering things today like some of the big influences of gold are interest rates and value of the dollar and geopolitical events, but we're also going to go one step further than that, which is how gold actually plays a role in a diversified portfolio and why it should not necessarily be looked at as a pure safe haven given of its level of volatility as an asset class. Investors often make the mistake of looking at gold as the pure safe haven. That if I'm worried about the events around the world, then I'll just put a bunch of my money in gold and it'll be safe there. And if anything, the volatility around the world will make gold go up. I mean, that's been untrue even over the course of the events for the last few weeks. So we had the Iran invasion and conflict going on right now. From the time the Iranian conflict began to now, the price of gold has dropped 18%. So people that were looking for safety actually saw like an 18% loss within 30 days. And that's the other thing we have to remember of gold as a safe haven is it is a super volatile asset class. It can go up or down by a lot in a very short period of time. And for people that are looking for safety, they're not usually looking for those big fluctuations in price where you look at investments like bonds and whatnot that tend to be more of the safer side, investment grade bonds. The price action in those do not usually reflect the volatility that we see in commodities like gold. However, gold in certain instances can serve as a safe haven investment and be a valuable part of a diversified portfolio depending on what's going on in the world, but it's important to understand there are other forces in the market that greatly influence the direction of the price of gold that we're going to be covering next. One of the variables that has the greatest influence on the price of gold is the value of the dollar. So typically the value of the dollar and gold historically have an inverse relationship, which means when the value of the dollar is falling, gold is going up. When the value of the dollar is going up, gold goes down. And the reason why that happens is if the value of paper currency is falling, investors are looking for some asset class that is not losing its purchasing power, which is why they'll move from paper currencies into commodities to hold their store of value. And as we've seen over the past few years, the value of the dollar has been going down as the Fed begins lowering interest rates. Meanwhile, the price of gold has been going up significantly, which is what we attribute a large portion of the rally to. So if the value of the dollar has such a big impact on the price of gold due to that inverse relationship, the next question is what has a big impact on the value of the dollar? So we almost have to go the next layer down. And one of the big impacts in the value of the dollar is interest rate policy by the Fed. So typically, when the Fed is lowering interest rate, it weakens the dollar against other currencies around the world. Vice versa, when the Fed is increasing interest rates, it has strengthened the dollar versus other currencies around the globe. And as I just mentioned, over the past year, the Fed has been lowering interest rates, value of the dollar coincidentally has been going down, and gold prices are going up. If we get towards the end of 2026, let's say beginning of 2027, and inflation returns to the market, and the Fed has to increase interest rates to fight inflation, then we could potentially see the dollar strengthen and then potentially reverse the gold trend, and we could see a significant sell-off in gold. Clients will sometimes ask if gold is a good long-term investment versus other asset classes like bonds or stocks or other alternatives. Now, gold over the long term, over 20, 30-year periods, again, pretty volatile asset class, so it's not like it's without risk. And when you compare gold's return to, let's say, the S&P 500 return over 20, 30-year periods, the S&P 500 long-term returns are significantly higher than gold over most 20 or 30-year periods. So we kind of say gold's not a great long-term investment, but as a piece of a diversified portfolio where stocks may be going down and gold going up, it definitely has a place. Another question we'll get from clients is, Mike, why do we hold gold in our portfolio versus using silver or copper or platinum? And the way I typically answer that question is, gold is a pure store of value precious metals. When you look at other metals like copper, silver, platinum, they have what we consider industrial uses, which means it's not just a store of value. Maybe silver and copper is being used in manufacturing. So there's other things that can influence the price of those other precious metals besides just value of the dollar, interest rates, and those other things that typically influence precious metals in general. So the more variables in the mix, the harder it is to predict its movement. In the investment management world, we tend to favor asset classes and investments where we're able to better predict future price fluctuations versus the ones that have a gazillion variables and we have no idea really what's going to happen next. So a disclosure on the end of this video, we do hold gold in a number of client portfolios at our firm, but this video is not a recommendation to either buy or sell gold or other commodities that I've spoken about in this video. But if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me at greenbushfinancial.com. Thank you.